name is Amanda of La Princesse Sirene. I'm a little new to YouTube, so I wanted to try out So Loud's 20 Questions so you guys can get to know me a little. What was my first costume? Bonus if I share an embarrassing photo. I made an Elphaba cosplay from the musical Wicked. As my Learn to Sew project, I didn't even know how to use a sewing machine. I'm really smart. If you go back even farther, I used to make paper dresses for myself and cut them out, color them in, and tape them to the front of my shirt. My favorite costume I've made, or that I'm most proud of, my Strawberry Regency dress. I spent about 36 hours on just the embroidery my senior year of college, because clearly I wasn't busy enough. What costume do I dream of making? I'm really obsessed with this Victorian fancy dress bat costume. There's a bat on the head, and there's little bats on the shoes. I think it's great. That'll probably be Halloween next year. I also want to do one of those arsenic green, late Victorian, just wacky, wild, bright color dresses. Those look like fun. What is a sewing task I love versus sewing task I hate? I love sewing piping. I put piping on everything. I hate making undergarments normally because I don't have a lot of time to sew all the time, and you never see them, which is kind of disappointing when they're really pretty and no one even knows. Would I rather sew wool or silk? I do love both, but wool is so much more forgiving. Silk remembers every mistake you make, so you better get it right on the first try. And good wool is just such a dream to work with, but they're both super pretty, and I will take either. Would I rather go to a themed event or a pick-your-own-theme event? I love themed events when everyone's all dressed the same and you're doing the same kind of activity together. It just feels so immersive. Would I rather attend a big ball or an intimate dinner? I discovered balls late last year. I've only been to 3, but they are my new favorite thing. Balls are the best. I never thought I liked dancing, but I do when I'm in a ball gown. Do I prefer to machine sew or hand sew? I prefer to machine sew most of the time because you can get so much more done in the same amount of time as hand sewing. I do a lot of my finishing work by hand, but I do as much as possible with my machine because it just saves so much time. I do love doing hand embroidery though, which I guess does take a while. Do I prefer wigs, hair pieces, or my own hair? I prefer to use my own hair, but this will only do so much, so sometimes I use hair pieces to help fill in where nature isn't helping enough. Name 5 small businesses that I love for costume things. Dames a la Mode. I am saving up to buy a full parlor because her work is just so gorgeous. All the sparklies I want. Red Threaded. I interned for her once. She's really cool, and the corsets that she sells are amazing. American Duchess. I'm ordering a pair of Manhattans soon, and I'm really excited. Lady Detal, also for jewelry. I'm wearing a pair of her earrings, and I love them. Also, Laughing Moon. I use their pattern for this corset here. Name 5 YouTubers we should all check out. I'm going to put names here because I don't want to mispronounce anyone's name. Favorite color? Definitely pink. If you follow me on Instagram at all, you've probably noticed just about every other dress I make has pink on it somewhere. Pink is my favorite. Pearls or sparkles? Definitely sparkles. Bonus if it's pink and sparkly. What is a costume trip I've dreamt of taking? Definitely Fête Galante at Versailles. I've been to Versailles once, and not in a big 18th century dress. I would love to go back and party in the Hall of Mirrors with hair this tall. That sounds fantastic. Someday. Favorite cocktail? Does herbal tea count? Who's a costumer I would love to meet? I would love to meet Taylor of Dames a la Mode because she just seems really cool and she has all the sparklies. Plain or patterned? Definitely patterns. I love stripes. I love polka dots. I love those Disney cotton prints from Joann's. I think they're fantastic. Do I prefer to use a pattern or make my own? I almost always make my own patterns. Then if there's a mistake, at least I know it was my fault, and I can figure out more easily how to fix it. Also, sometimes what I want to make, I can't find a pattern for, and I would end up making so many alterations to an existing pattern that it just makes more sense to me to draft my own. What is my favorite era to wear? Definitely Victorian. I love the big bustles and the big hoops and the giant everything. It's fantastic. Victorian is also my favorite to make because you can just keep piling trim on and it's never too much, and I love that. What is one thing you don't know about me? I did tight wire walking in college, and I actually have a little tattoo of a tight wire walker. And I can also juggle, unicycle, and stilt walk. I stilt walked in a Thanksgiving parade a few years ago. Well, thanks so loud for the questions. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed watching.